Welcome to Driveway Garage. Today I'm going to start doing some work on my truck. The parts are supposed to be here. This is a 2006 Toyota Tundra, and it needs a few things. Probably needs a lot of things, but a little at a time I'll fix it up. First thing I'm going to do is replace these really faded yellowed headlights and the marker lights. Now this one, as you can see, because it got hit here and a few other places, it's broken. And last night I pulled up to the garage. I made a separate video. That's part one. And these things are terrible. The driver, our passenger side, is like a foot or two lower than this one. That's really bad. So I'll try to keep this as short or sweet as possible. First thing you have to do is get the marker light out. And to do that, you need to take this bolt out because it's bracketed to there. And maybe this push pin. I'm not sure. I think if you just take the bolt out, it'll be good. Let's find out. And I'm pretty sure that's 10 millimeters. In fact, from videos I watched, all these bolts on the fender are 10 millimeters. So that makes it pretty handy if you have to replace it. So I've got my cordless Hitachi here with an extension and a 10 millimeter bolt. And I would think, since I'm not in the rust belt, oh yeah, I guess that came out pretty easy. Now this bumper looks like it's been replaced, so who knows what all has been done here, but you can see the gap here, so this has been dinged over here too. So I get that bolt out. Now I'll pull the marker light out. I'll just put my bolts in this magnetic tray. I bought a few of these. They are handy when you're working on cars. I put off buying them for years, but I finally decided it was time. Well, that slipped out of there really easy. I've seen some guys really struggle, but I think because this has been an accident, maybe everything's just not quite perfect. I think this might be a new marker light because it's in really good shape. And from the damage I see there and here, somebody probably hit it over here and broke it too. Now all I have to do is twist those, I think. Oh, I guess there's a little clip to release it right there. So I'll release those and get that out of the way. So these connectors, you just have to push down really hard on this tab. And these are kind of stiff, but once you push it down, it releases it and the light comes out. Now, see how loose that light is? There's supposed to be a bolt here. And a bolt here. And I thought there was supposed to be a bolt up here too. I was thinking they said there was 3 of them, but I guess that was one of them. That one's just missing. Maybe something broke off of there. So I'll get that one out of there. Then the headlight will come out. I'm thinking somebody put the bulb in this one wrong because it really doesn't shine like it's supposed to. And looking inside there, it looks like it's on an angle pointing down. So the little one, you just push on the back right here, and that'll release that and pull it off. And then this one, just unplug. Kind of dirty, I hope it's alright. I took that one bolt out and the headlight came right out. There it is. Now I think you also have to, I'm not sure what the new headlights come with. I think this twists one way or another. There it goes. That pulls that out. And then there's a little clamp here you're going to have to use a pair of vice grips on, pliers or something. Squeeze that. And then I think I'll need this connector for the new lights. Pretty sure. So I just squeezed on the sides of that and it popped right out. So I'll save this for my new headlights. And now I want to check out this headlight because I'm just pretty sure that somebody installed it improperly. So you got to take off the dust boot. It's just rubber. So that just pulls off of there. I guess they got a handle on both sides. It makes it easier. I'm just going to set everything over here on my little wall. Now let's check this thing out. It actually looks like it's installed properly. If that's the case, then I'm wondering, because of the accident, if it tilted this thing down, and that's why it's looking like it does. Now, to get the bulb out, you push down on this tab right here, over to the side, that flips back, and your bulb comes out. Now, you don't want to touch this glass with your fingers because you will get oil on it, and then they'll burn out quicker. That's what I've been told, and I believe them. Now, some guys I've seen will replace the bulbs with projector bulbs. And in order to do that, you got to take the projector that's down in there. You can see that cone in there. You got to pull that out of there, and you need some needle nose pliers, and you just kind of crush it and get it out of there. Somebody said something about a couple screws, but I don't see any screws. I just see a little bracket there. I'm not going to do that right now, but I think I will update later on to projector bulbs. Well, I'm going to do the driver's side now, and it has a bolt there. Same thing. Well, this one the bolt is missing, so who knows? I have a bunch of fasteners that I bought that fit a lot of different sizes, so I'll probably end up using one of those. So I'll get this out of here, whatever it is. Almost looks like a Phillips or a, what do they call those? T-bit. I'll get that out of there. Get this marker light out of here. It's like somebody put a little caulk in it. Oh, maybe that was me from buffing it. Anyway, I'll get that out, see if there isn't another bolt back there. Oh, look at that. The postal person. I'm gonna get my parts. So that's kind of cool. The rotors weren't supposed to be here till tomorrow, but I got a message last night they'd be here today, so I can replace my front rotors. They're in those boxes. Did they send a big enough box for the rotors? Here's my new headlight assembly. It's from Nillight. Huh. Anyway, I think those are gonna look pretty good. I got the kind of black trim on them. So let's maybe we'll pull those out of the box, see what they look like. So there's kind of a side-by-side comparison. Now you can see where that bolt was, but something was broke. It's got a bolt there, bolt hole, clip there, which is missing on the other side. All right. Got a clip there. They're gonna look sharp. This will give you a better comparison. I got the black bezel around it, and compared to how blurry those things are, they should look pretty nice. Let's see what it's gonna take to install them. And I also got the side markers that match. Yeah, I think this is gonna make a huge difference. You know what's cool? They even sent me a pair of gloves so I don't leave my fingerprints, probably for the bulbs. There's something else I got. What did I do with that? Oh, here we go. I'll be putting this on today too. The back handle on the handle on the tailgate was broken. They replaced it with the junkyard one that was also broke. So I'm looking forward to that. I have to change over the key cylinder, but everything else is there. Yeah, it's gonna look nice. All right, let's get back to the headlights. This should be pretty easy. I'll just set it in place, put the bulbs in, hook up the wiring harness, and see if it'll bolt in place. So this will give you a better view of how the bulb goes in. There's 3 tabs, and one of them is bigger, and they're a different distance apart. So you can only put it in there properly one way. Now, I think this is the bottom. So the bottom, bigger tab goes to the bottom. And I did one on a Honda CR-V where they had it put in wrong, so the bulb was pointing down. And the other one, somehow they got the bulb, part of the bulb flange here was on top of the wire, part of it was under the wire. They just totally did a bad job. And that was at a Honda dealership. Kind of sad. So the bulb's in there. Now something they also do, what did I do with it? They put this sticky paper on here. You've got to get that off of there. One guy was really complaining about it. But I'm hoping it's not too bad. And I see they have it right there too. So they have a little tab. Might have to grab that with the, oh, it's coming off. Oh, that was easy breezy. Stick it on the bumper for now. Maybe this one will come off that easy. Let's see. That guy was really having a hard time getting his off. And maybe I will too. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. Hard to do it with one hand, but there it is. It's off. Throw that in a box. Okay, let me get the dust cover on here and get this light in. So that'll give you an idea what the old light looked like. And there's the new light. Wow, you get your eyes down there, that sucker was bright. I'm sure you guys can see that in the camera, huh? In case you didn't notice, I'm trying to install the passenger side light on the driver's side and vice versa. So let's try this again. Well, I took a little break. A buddy of mine stopped by and we managed to get one set of headlights in. Not completely. And if you stand off 20 feet, 10 feet, it doesn't look too bad, you know, compared to the other side. But the problem with buying a vehicle that has been in little fender benders, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have trouble with this one too, because I'm having trouble with this one. Things just aren't lining up right. You see how this should line up better. This should line up better. This is pushed back here, so I'm pretty sure they hit something here, pushed this back, broke this lens, because this one was replaced already. And this is supposed to be down flat. This marker light is supposed to sit on top of there. It doesn't. I'm going to have to hold this together with zip ties, I guess. This is supposed to line up with that bolt hole. It doesn't. That's going to get a zip tie. This one doesn't line up back underneath here like it's supposed to. And I had to pull the headlight out to get the corner marker in, because the corner marker would not slip back in here because of the way this sits. So it's a little frustrating, but I know it's going to look nice when it's done. And now that I think about it, my buddy was helping me, and he tucked those wires in behind there before we put this together. So I don't even have marker lights. I got to take it back apart, put the light bulbs in it, then put it back together. But it's going to look a lot sharper. It's coming along. It's just not plug and play like I thought it was going to be. For a minute I thought these didn't even have the bulbs. Then I remembered, oh yeah, they're in the housing. So I got those bulbs taken out of the old housing, put in here, plugged in. Everything seems to work. So now I'll put it back the way it belongs, because you can see it doesn't look too good that way. Well, the headlight is in. It's just gonna have to do. I was able to get a zip tie on that bracket going through the bolt hole, which you can't get in now. And I got a zip tie around here, and I think it connects the marker light and the headlight. Originally, you're supposed to put a bolt in down here, but I have to pull the headlight out to get the marker light in, so that bolt's not in there either. But everything's fairly solid. That's better than it was when I got it. Anyway, there's one side. Let's see how hard the other side's going to be. What's going to be missing over there. So I got that one apart. There's well, you can see that thing right there. But the metal bracket that used to go here that it popped into is gone. Well, maybe it's supposed to be in that hole, but it wasn't holding anything. So as you can see, that bolt's missing. So if all goes well, I can get a bolt in there. This bolt I took out. The other bolt that's supposed to be on the top wasn't there. So I'm just gonna take these apart, see what it's gonna take to put the new ones in. So you can see how mangled this metal is. So it's all dented back up in here. Let's see what happens. So instead of disconnecting the bulbs and at the connector, I just twisted them out. Now this is the top one, this is the bottom one. I don't even know if it makes a difference because it's like park lights and blinkers, and I think they all operate the same. I tried them earlier and it didn't seem like it mattered which one was on top or bottom. I pretty much think they're the same. But that is going to make it a little easier. I'll just snap those in. They say work smarter, not harder. I hope this works. This time I just pulled the bulbs out. I didn't disconnect anything. I'll just insert it into the new housings. I think it'll be all right. What do you suppose that little thing is? Huh, looks like maybe it was the windshield wiper thing. Maybe it's an overflow. I don't know. I can see it's not connected to anything though. Maybe it's some kind of vent. Who knows? Okay, so the headlight's in, and I got this bolt started. No, this bolt, sorry. So I got that bolt in, and whatever this was supposed to bolt to is no longer there. And if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get this clip in here because the piece of metal is missing. It's supposed to be there. It's hard to get it in there. You really have to twist it around because it starts in there, but then the headlight hangs up on this piece. So you have to kind of get it wiggled in and then just give it a little tap and get it to line up. But it's not going to be pretty. You can see how this gap is bad. This is done. They really should go to a body shop and have them do what they need to do to make everything back to original, but that might not happen. We'll see. So this little 1/2 inch by 2 inch piece of metal that's supposed to be here is missing. And that's messing me up because I should be able to put my headlight right there and fasten it down. But I can't because that piece of metal is missing. Probably should be out there like that. So what's happening is when I put the side marker in, the headlight's going back a 1/2 inch too far. I'm going to see if I can put one of those plastic things in here to hold it in place there, even though it won't be attached to anything. But that should keep this from sliding back. And then the secret to these side markers I found out is this little part. Let's see if I can do this. This part right here is supposed to slide right underneath here, and then it goes into place here. So that's the trick there. Well, sorry guys, this isn't going to be the best video because it's not normal. It's improvising. And from the front it doesn't look bad, but you can see that gap there. I don't like it, but I'm just hoping it doesn't screw my headlights up too bad. It's in over here is as good as it's going to get. There's a little prong that sticks out and it slides in a slot in the side of the truck there. But that's as good a fit as I'm going to get with what I have to work with, unless it goes to a body shop. You can just see the fitment everywhere is terrible. It's alright, I just want to replace my headlights. I'm not trying to make the truck look like brand new. But I will do something hopefully tonight, show you the difference, because I made a part 1. This will be part 2 of getting my headlights in. And then I'll just show what it looks like at night, and I'll add that to the video. Let me clean this up and show you what it looks like. All right, it definitely looks better. I'll be able to see down the road. I'll have to wait till the night where I can adjust the headlights. I may be able to shut the garage door, pull up against it and see how they look as far as up and down and adjust that, but it definitely is going to look better. It doesn't look perfect, but I like the looks of it. I like the darker look with the black bumper and the black bug guard. Kind of ties it all in. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you somehow, even though It's kind of a cobble job, but it works. I got the new tailgate handle, so I'm going to go ahead and make a separate video installing that. And if it doesn't get too hot, and I need to get it done because the truck stops really rough, I need to get these rotors off of here and get the new ones on. It's just not really safe. If you had to make an emergency stop, it wouldn't be. It would be an emergency. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out. Feel free to like and share, subscribe if you want. I don't do as many videos as I used to on cars because I'm driving a lot delivering for Home Depot, but I do what I can do, and I'll be making more on this. Thanks again.